Hello, everybody, and welcome to Marquee Gaming tonight, as we are here for our 42nd session of Mystical Mishaps, with the furnace going, as always, because the furnace likes to go, as always. So, I feel like this is just the time it runs. It's like a set schedule. It just runs and runs right at this time. But,
yep.
We are down a player, as you probably can see. We are missing one of our players this evening. Kelly, unfortunately, will not be joining us tonight, but we'll be back next week. Speaking of next week, too, we have a special time for the stream next week. We're going to go to our old time, which is 2 p.m. CST, for next week, because there is a major sporting event that's happening, and we're going to go and probably watch that and have that be something that we're doing. So,
team.
Go with one of the teams. I don't really care.
They're both red. It's okay.
Oh.
Well, one of them is wearing red, and one of them isn't. So I don't know. You're kind of
touche.
But we don't need to get into that because we're here to play D&D. So we're gonna do some intros with our 3 players who are here, and then we will go ahead and get into the session. So Rachel, starting with you, take it away.
I love that everyone in the chat is like, football, sports ball, sports ball. Woo! I feel that. That is also me. But hi, I'm Rachel, also known as Pip. You can find all of my art that I post and stuff on various social media platforms under Pip400art. And I also stream art here on Mondays. So tomorrow you can catch me at 3:30 CST. I don't know what I'll be working on. I'm trying to work on an NPC design, and he is not cooperating with me. So we'll see if I'm working on that tomorrow or not. Who knows? Just come hang out, though. It'll be a fun time. And then for this game, I play Eleonora. She is an ASMR Warlock level 5. Just died last session and randomly got resurrected by a mishap crack. Normal, everyday occurrences. What can you do? The end.
Awesome. So that's Rach. Kelly isn't here, but she plays Winifred normally. Won't be here today. But we're going to go down to our second/third player, Ashley.
I was confused about the number 2 for 1 second there. Which player am I? I'm Ashley. I also make art. It's also on socials. And I play Euphemia. She's a human druid, and she has some mixed feelings about being home. It's going to be an interesting time. I'm very curious to see. It's been many years since she was back. So, very excited to see what this experience will be like for her. And to show the rest of the party kind of where she came from. So
yes, and we did just post Euphemia Session 0. We played it on Friday, and if you missed it, you can head over to our YouTube channel to check that out there. It is currently live there, and it's less than an hour. I think it's like 45 minutes or so. So pretty quick watch, but could add some context to Euphemia and how she's gotten to this point in the campaign. Go check that out. And then our last player, I'll just say last because then it covers both, is Mike today.
Hi guys. Excuse me. Hi guys. Just me in last place, not being able to talk. How you guys doing? Also known as Bardic Dice here on all the socials. As some of you have heard, I'm back streaming D&D again. Super excited after the break. Once we got done with Fates United, we are doing a bi-weekly game of Call of the Netherdeep. So it's super fun. We got Brittany and Adam from the Tavern, and Vix and DM Shanks from Top Down Tabletop, and it's been a lot of fun hijinks and stuff. So we're 2 episodes in. We're not going to have anything this week, but we'll be live next week, next Thursday after the Super Bowl on that Thursday, 7:30 p.m. CST. But if you haven't seen it, you can go follow on YouTube, as well as Spotify, where you can get some weekly recaps as well. So we'll put up short videos to recap each one. We're having some actually ideas among the group on fun ideas for recaps. So look out for that. That'll be interesting. As well as you can find some of our older games like Wild Beyond the Witchlight and Fates United on YouTube and stuff. And look out, coming up here in April, we'll be doing our sequel to Fates United, Fates Apart. That'll be an offline recording, but we will be posting that in the off weeks between weeks of Nether Deep. So at least you guys will always have content from us. That'll be a lot of fun. But today I play Davril Burza, level 4 Artificer, level 1 Sad Boy, Wizard. Just wish he had seen the pre-episode, because man, that would explain so much to him. But I'm gonna try and keep that separate because Michael was crying when I was watching it, and Dab's just there. All right. So yeah, excited to go and see her hometown. It'll be fun.
So go give Bardic Dice a follow if you haven't already, and feel free to put in the chat what level sad boy or girl or person you are, and we can enjoy to see that too.
I level 34 sad boy.
I am Mark. I am the Dungeon Master. And yeah, I'm hoping this session will be fun and good, and we'll see. but yeah, our old sessions are on YouTube if you want to go catch up on them. They're also on podcast form if that is something that you'd like to be a part of. We do have a Discord that you could jump into while you watch, and you can post in the Mystical Mishaps channel and post funny gifts, because it's always fun to see those and look at the context of like the story of the session and then see these gifts that are hilarious. So go ahead and post those into that channel. And then there's a whole bunch of other awesome people you can talk to and hang out with during the week, talking about TV shows and D&D and other fun stuff. So you can join the Discord and be a part of that. Thank you, Phantom, also for the Prime subscription. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. And with that, I think we can get into our intro so we can get into tonight's session. So let's go. All right, we're back and ready to get into today's session. One thing I will say, I did not update it so Kelly is out of the rotation for the Bless, if it's a randomized person who gets it. So if Kelly gets it, it goes into the Mishap level.
Cruel!
Yep. I make the rules though, so I can do what I want. So everyone got your advantage die. Who's here?
Thank you.
Let me turn all those
Thanks,
on.
friend.
Yay.
And we'll... Oh, man, I forgot to bring this up. Let me bring this up real quick.
We don't need them immediately for initiative this time.
Thank
Right.
goodness.
Well, maybe. I don't know. We don't know.
Well,
We haven't
good
actually
point.
started.
You're right. I shouldn't assume.
We'll
You
see,
never
I
know.
guess.
It's
All right. So, recap. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do the bless real quick. Bless goes to Mike.
yay.
Yeah.
It's because I did the motions. That's why.
Mike always gets
Yeah.
the blessing. It's just how it's been going recently.
It really likes you.
God loves me. No, I'm just kidding.
There you go.
Just me.
And we have a raise mishap level too. Let me get that rolled.
Oh yeah, starting strong.
Okay.
Also, just wanted to announce, I've been like wanting to get rid of these headphones for the longest time, because like I was trying to extend them and they wouldn't extend, and then randomly yesterday they just started extending, so now they're super comfy.
Oh, perfect.
Oh,
So
well, that's
yeah,
good.
yeah, just a fun little announcement, you know. Got it to work.
You did everyone
The
to
blessings of Mike continue.
There you go.
know.
My life's hashtag blessed. So
The blessings never end.
All right. So, recap. Again, if this thing wants to work. Been really slow recently. Last session, Eleonora got stabbed and had an assassin standing over her in the night. The party rushed to her aid, tried to rescue her and see what was going on. They eventually
What we
broke
did.
down the door to her room. But it was too late, as the assassin had enough time to slay her and flee into the evening with the approaching aid. But as the assassin fled, the floor, which is on the second floor of a building, by the way, split open, and this pink glow began to fill the room, and these like tendrils reached up, almost like arms, wrapping around Dav and Euphemia, and one by one pulling the corpse of Eleonora and everyone else in. When you jump in willingly, I mean, so that's just
You're
her
so
choice.
brave.
But
Well, if everyone's doing it, I guess I should do it too. Okay.
Yep.
yep. Wouldn't that have been awkward if like she was the one who had to like bring back you guys to like bring you back to life, and then she's like, oh well, game's over, guys. But no, the party wakes up, including Eleonora, in a forest somewhere in the middle of the night, and they eventually figure out that they seem to be near Edgefort, which is Euphemia's hometown, and they begin to travel there, questioning much of what's been going on and Eleonora's sudden resurrection and what that could mean. But definitely a lot of heaviness as they get closer and closer, knowing there is some sad history and potentially even more sad news that can be found out here in this journey. They also feel like they are in either the same place they were in prior when it was all strange, or maybe something similar, because their contact with death seems to be disrupted, and Heidi doesn't seem to know Eleonora, and they can't get a hold of Idgen either.
She's yelling at me in all caps. It's really rude.
Yelling in all
That was
caps.
amazing. I forgot about that. So sassy.
I'll lower that mishap level real quick. All right. So, as you all begin to approach the city of Edgefort, which is kind of within a forest, there's definitely woods on both sides of you as you're traveling in. And Euphemia, you would know that this forest is known as the Langros Wilds. That's what it is called.
Okay.
But it is evening time as you are approaching the city. It's resting near the base of a mountain with forest surrounding it. So, What would you guys like to do as you approach?
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Euphemia.
Yeah.
So, I know our little fun last city didn't really like our magic when we were there. How's your town? How's Edgefort? Are they gonna be freaked out by all this?
Would I remember, since I was like 16 when I left?
Yeah, from
Like,
what you
what the
remember,
general-
it isn't like opposed to magic mostly. It's a little bigger than what Midrock was, and it's
Sure.
definitely more travel, so people would have more familiarity with travelers who might know magic, so it's definitely more accepting and open to it
Okay.
than Midrock seemed to be. But
Okay.
everybody, there's a potential anywhere to have aversion to magic right now with how magic is unpredictable.
I don't think it should be too big of an issue, but maybe just not any gratuitous spellcasting.
The best kind.
Like your level, I
Fair enough.
suppose.
So,
Yeah.
that's fair.
That make
So,
it count. Maybe.
Did you guys want me to cover this up at all, or do you think I'm okay?
I don't think
I
you need to be.
don't. I.
This hair over. Little emo.
So,
Comb it
so
over.
Cover up
Peter
nothing.
Parker.
Look in the mirror or the window or whatever he did in the. Yeah, I would say like since Eleanor died and came back, she's just been in a mood like the whole journey. She's barely spoken. She's been really quiet. Around like the last half of today though, since we're getting close, it seems like she has summoned together some drive and seems a little more with it. So she just like kind of before we enter the town, she kind of says to Euphemia, Euphemia, I know that everyone tends to look to me to do the talking, but I mean, they know you.
Yeah.
And you know what to look for and what might even be important. So I think you should be the one that takes the lead here, not me.
I wish I knew what better to look for, but I have a few ideas, and yeah, I'll do my best.
And of course, if you need me to assist
Yeah.
with anything, I can happily step in, but I think you're the one that understands the situation more than anybody else, so.
Yeah.
My vote was for Winnie to go ahead and be the, party front for all of this, but Euphemia, you're a good second.
Renee just shakes her head.
Right.
What do you mean?
Please, no.
And Euphemia, I just, no matter what happens, just please let us know if we can help in any way or if you need anything. We won't know unless you tell us.
Thank you.
Otherwise, you're just going to get teas given to you all night.
I'm glad you're here. That I don't have to do this by myself. So.
Of course. We'll do whatever we can. Just let us know, all right?
Okay. As we're walking in, Mark, does the just knowing that I haven't been here in a while, just kind of like observing the land around us and stuff, does it look and feel the same, or is it different, or?
You can give me a perception roll with disadvantage because it's nighttime.
Okay. 11.
Okay. It's a little hard to tell.
Sure.
So maybe it's just the darkness. Maybe it's the worry that's weighing you down, it does seem a little more like a dark presence to you, though, than what you felt from your memory.
Okay.
It has been a while since you've been here.
Yeah. The last time I was here was before the shutter, so it's been a while.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you know if you know anyone else here besides your father?
I mean, I people don't tend to leave much. They stay a lot. They have jobs, they stay. So I'm hoping that there might still be some people here that remember.
Right. Good to know.
But yeah, I think it was a few years before the shutter since I've been here. I came to see. Dad got a new place, and I came to see it, and maybe we should start there.
Sure.
So we would head to where his new home would be after.
Okay.
Euphemia, just trying to be sensitive to it all, but you're saying it's been since the shutter. Is that because everything with your family, or any other reason?
It was just weird to be here. Since the shutter, I was pretty busy. Things got so much worse at Swamp's Rest that it didn't really make sense to be back and forth. A lot more dangerous travel too. But yeah, I was glad he moved out. Honestly, it wasn't good for either of us to be there.
And your home that you grew up was in Swamp's
It's
Rest
here.
or here? Here.
No, it's here.
You just got a new place?
He got a smaller place after I left.
Okay.
And you said he's a minor?
Yeah.
All right.
It's a Saturday. Would I know this, like, roughly, even just based on the last place we were at? I mean, I guess I would assume he might be home.
Potentially.
So, I mean, we could start there and see.
All right. Lead the way.
So I will take them there.
Okay.
And mic them up just to fly up.
All right. As you enter in, there are some lights in various homes as you pass. This place is a lot more green than Midrock was. Midrock was a lot more rocky and grays and browns everywhere. But there are shrubs and trees that are overhanging in various spots. But as you walk through, walking towards the address that you know your father moved to, you draw close, and there are no lights on within the home.
I think I'll still go up and I think you would notice her kind of like indicate the house and get a little tense. I'll just go knock a second. And I'll knock on the door.
Wait a few moments. No answer.
Is it locked?
Try the door. It is locked.
Is there a back door?
It does have a little back door. I mean,
Okay.
It's a small house, but there is a back door.
I don't know if he's home.
Is there any signs of like overgrowth, or if like things have been
That's what I was
tended to
wondering
here?
too.
That's a good question.
You can give me a perception roll if you'd like.
Can I aid somebody?
I can look.
can
That would
look,
be something
yeah.
that'd be, yeah.
Yeah, what
You
You
about
can
over
aid
there?
Euphemia if you want.
It's a nice garden.
This would be one that I think will be individual rolls
No?
if you're doing it, just
Okay.
because perception
No.
rolls are
Okay.
typically
Yep.
15!
there's not really a teamwork in perception rolls. But
17.
12.
it doesn't look like it's terribly overgrown, but it doesn't look like it's been, cared for a lot. It's not like it's immaculate or anything. It's a little rough in places, but it's nothing too ridiculous at this point.
And one quick question, just before we continue on the house. When we're walking in, like, 2 questions. How far into this town are we to get to the house? And B, have we passed a lot of other people? Is it busy or is it like kind of quiet and isolated?
It is somewhat quiet. There's a few people out and about right now. It is evening time, so most people will be home at this time. But you'd have to walk in maybe like 10 minutes or so into this place to get to this from kind of the outskirts of the city.
I think he wouldn't have been saying anything, but Dav just would have been tracking different places to go back and kind of what's in the town, or like if we need help from anyone, just to what's there. So just later on, just for his mind's sake.
Just based on growing up here, would I know where I could check what the schedule would be for like the miners and stuff like that? Is there like a person I could check in with without having to go all the way to the mines, or like somewhere in town that would know?
I don't know why I'm laughing every time I hear that. A babysitter for the miners is a young.
Give me an investigation roll.
Teehee.
Oh, I just got it. Sorry, that took me a fair amount of time.
That's why you're like, is your dad a miner? And I was like,
16.
Potentially, you could check in at one of the taverns and try to find
Okay,
somebody who
that
looks
was my
like a
first thought.
miner.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
without going all the way to the mines, that's
Yeah.
probably the best shot.
Okay. I mean, he's not much of a gardener anyway. Maybe we should just go check a little further in town. Maybe someone he hangs out with would know where he is.
Sure.
As
You
she's
wanna-
saying that though, she's looking a little rough all of a sudden, like almost queasy.
Sure, there's nothing to worry about. Did you want to check around the house first or anything? Oh, I started to talk British real quick. Sorry.
Stop
I don't know, I
rolling.
started-
Accent change.
Sorry, you've just been so
Concern.
quiet so long. You just started talking and I started picking it up.
Oh, interesting. All right, I'll try to talk more then.
Yes, of course. If you ever want to try it.
Oh
it's
no.
just-
Oh, Davril. Oh.
All right then. You know. Anyway, sorry. But if you wanted to
Davril.
check out the place, I don't know if you wanted to.
I mean, it's pretty dark. It's gonna be hard to tell unless we actually break
Oh.
into his house. I'd rather go
Mhm.
just find him.
You go cat Euphemia if I put this around your collar.
I mean, kind of. There's still a window.
I mean, yeah. Unless we
I think
unlock it.
we should.
That's
just
fine.
go-
We can ask around. That's fine. It's just
Yeah. Or we'll
I
just
don't
go
know.
check.
you and I are so good at checking out houses. I just wasn't sure if you wanted to while we were here.
I'm not gonna break into my dad's house if he's up at the tavern.
Is it breaking in instead of just coming home?
All right, we're going to the tavern.
All right.
I'm like, I put my hand almost around Euphemia's shoulder. Like, I'm already feeling things are gonna get
Right.
potentially tense. So I'm just like, all right, let's move
Right. Sorry.
forward.
My bad. But
She's like trying to keep up with Dab, but her mind is in 100 places. She's like, I don't know what you're doing.
just look over at Winnie. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I just put my hand on
Maybe
Winnie's
not.
back. Like,
So yeah, I mean, I think we would start with a tavern that I know or recognize or that he's been to, or.
So it's kind of like a little bit of a restaurant tavern type deal that you begin to head towards. That you would know that he's at least been to in the past. Used to go there. So you head over there, and again, just kind of like a dark silhouette of a building that you can just see in the night. Some light coming from the windows. You open it up. You scan around the room. There are a couple people who look like they potentially could be a group of miners who are in one corner talking. You do notice, however, though, that both Vincent and Annabelle are at a table as well, looking like they're having dinner together.
Okay, perfect. Do I notice my dad at all?
You do not see
I
your
would
dad.
also do. Okay. Yeah. Hey, I know them. I'm gonna just indicate to the table. That's Dr. Bennett. I used to work with him actually, and his wife.
Oh.
So, maybe we'll see if they know anything.
Of course.
Just kind of sidle up in between any of the other tables.
All right. So you approach, and as you get a little closer, is everyone joining her as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Me and Winnie are a couple steps back, but yeah.
The presence
sitting
of 4 individuals drawing close catches the attention of
Right.
Vincent. He looks up, and there's that moment of like, I recognize you, and then it clicks.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
the face of somebody who immediately like gets sad, you see.
Oh no. That's what I was gonna ask. Yeah, she's immediately reading him like, "What do you know?"
Euphemia. He stands up from the table. His wife turns around and looks at you.
Hi, Dr. Bennett, Mrs. Bennett. Hi.
Hello, dear. How are you here? Thought you had died.
Yeah, it's. I wasn't sure if word had gotten back here or not yet. They were supposed to contact my dad.
They both share a glance to each other. Yes, we've. Here, you can have a seat, please. He looks a little confused.
Yeah. I'm I know it's a lot to. Sorry, these are my friends.
Hello. Pleasure to meet you.
Hi.
Pleasure.
Eleanor.
When he waves.
Dav and Winnie.
She's like searching both of their faces, like not even, she kind of forgot to say anything else, like she's just waiting.
That makes it really awkward when he like drags like a chair from another table.
Seeing
Yeah.
Oh my god. Seeing that like Euphemia's really caught up in what the news is gonna be, but also that they're confused, Eleanor just kind of steps in and says, we were all believed to have been dead, but something with Mishaps made it so that we are not. It's a long story, but we are here. And Euphemia is alive.
They almost look like they are struggling for words as well at this point. Why don't we maybe go back to my house? our house, Euphemia, and we can talk in private more.
Kind of like looks around for just a second and then all right. Yeah, if you want.
They leave the rest of their meal at the table and get up and they begin to
We
walk
all
out.
just sat down and settled. We're like, oh, let's go somewhere else.
Yeah,
I
Dev's
know.
clearly doing the like, all of us, just you, like kind of that awkward, like, are we going with you? Sort of signal.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she just kind of nod.
Eleanor's already going because she's
Yeah,
thinking if
I figured she
Euphemia
was.
gets
Yeah.
emotional and like kills these two
Yeah.
guys or something, there's no way. Like,
That's very true.
Mark,
mhm.
as they're
Yes.
walking off, and then Eleonora and
You're gonna
Euphemia
take the
both
food,
walk off.
aren't you?
How much food is left over on the plate?
Yeah.
Maybe
There it is.
halfway through their
There-
meal.
There it is.
Yeah. He's totally pocketing whatever's pocketable because his stomach was growling and he thought they were about to eat.
There's a
You just
He
bring
kinda
it to
gives
their
them
house
some,
and
like,
start eating the rest of their dinner. And
diced up potatoes you can grab and throw in a pocket.
Just kind of give a nod to the guy that sees me do it. Like, yeah.
But the bandits, they walk a little bit ahead of you and they kind of look like they're whispering to each other as they begin to lead you towards their house.
I'm like twisting the fabric on my sleeve because this isn't looking good.
Yeah, Eleanor's just close to Euphemia, like, you know, just ready.
Everyone's like bracing for the.
Yeah.
I was just nervously eating pocket potatoes on the walk.
At one point, like, Eleanor, who had not noticed, like, glances back.
Yeah.
How did you... Never mind. Just... We're not gonna...
Or yeah, I'd probably see Winnie.
But you eventually do make it to their house, and Euphemia, you're familiar with this place as you've been here before. But they go inside and they light some candles throughout the home and invite you to have a seat on one of their couches.
I'll sit down. I'm sitting kind of like stiffly though.
I depuff my comb away because that's weird.
Yeah.
He's gone. Okay.
Yeah, just probably is on my shoulder. Then when we're about to go inside,
I thought you said my comb, like a comb you had. And I was like, you what?
yeah, just depuff it away. Actually, no, I'll put my comb on the like kind of front entrance,
Oh, yeah.
and just kind of tell him to holler at me if anyone comes up to the house.
Okay. So, they kind of sit at a couch that's nearby yours, Euphemia. Euphemia, word came in near the start of the month that you had perished. Father took it quite hard, I believe.
Yeah. I'd wondered about that.
We're very sorry.
Was it recent then?
It was not long after word came.
Did anyone send news to Heaven's Reach at all?
I believe someone has.
Not that Mom would really even understand, but right.
But Annabelle's just kind of sitting, like it puts a hand on your knee and seems like she's trying to comfort you.
And the house?
It's currently empty.
By the time we were back here, I kind of figured it might be too late.
If you don't mind me asking what happened, why would we receive word from the watchlight of your death when you're standing before or sitting here with us?
She'll kind of just glance at Eleonora.
Like, please, please
Yeah.
explain. Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I step in just seamlessly, like,
Or cliff notes.
the four of us are in the same situation. Mishaps have been doing some strange things. And one of them being, we think, I do glance at Euphemia. There's kind of like a, do you trust? Like, how much do you want me to say? Like, if she's in the zone enough to, like, give me a signal.
I think she would feel you at a certain point and just kind of like just nod like a little absently, like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Like, sure, whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
The Watchlight is still trying to figure out what's going on, but it seems that we were in a reality where we did not die, but falling through mishap cracks a time or two has made it so that now it seems that we have died, but we did not experience it.
What is a mishap crack?
Do you know how magic is broken?
Yes.
So it's referred to as a mishap. Where we came from when we were alive, they were all over the place. They were cracks in the ground that were radiating mishap energy. They seem to be growing. I know it sounds strange. I don't know if it helps you any, but the Watchlight has been working with us to confirm our claims, and so far everything has checked out.
By the time we were able to talk to Watchlight and figure out that this had happened, they had already said they couldn't find Dad, so I guess somehow word didn't make it actually back here. Sorry.
I believe they probably are quite busy right now. We've heard there is some sort of fiend invasion in Northport they've been trying to work with.
Yes. Has that continued? Do you know anything about that?
It just sounds horrible. Whatever's happening, many have died and they seemingly have taken over the city.
Has
Very
it
scary.
spread to anywhere else, or just Northport?
As far as we know, it's just Northport, but it sounds absolutely dreadful.
It does. Is communication with the gods and outside planes still a thing here?
No, that's been cut off for a couple months now. A few months.
Alright, it's still happening. As far as you know?
Yes. Is it not for you?
It was not.
That's very strange.
It's very strange. I'm trying to find out what is going on or why this is happening.
Euphemia called you doctor, right? Said she worked for you.
Yes, I do
What do you
practice
guys?
medicine.
Medicine. Okay. I see. So you are a healer of some sort?
Yes.
Do you do magic or is it more traditional?
It is more a mixing of herbs,
I see.
setting bones, and that sort of thing.
Have you come across any weird injuries or deaths or resurrections with your work that are related to mishaps, even in animals around you?
Well, I know creatures of the woods seem to be facing some mutations. Heard about that since the shutter, and some people unfortunately experience sudden deaths due to magic being unstable.
Nothing of them coming back.
No,
Spontaneous resurrection?
no, I have not heard of that.
Well, I guess now you have.
Yeah.
Do you know? She kind of like almost like shakes herself out of like she kind of went away for a little bit and is back now. Do you know if he ever spoke to Mom after?
I'm not sure. I don't remember ever seeing him leave for an extended time, but he kept to himself mostly.
Yeah.
Did he have anyone he talked with regularly? That we might be able to talk to?
Those at the mine as co-workers.
There's more here that that I'm hoping to find. There is another thing with Watchlight, a case that they're working on, and it involves what happened with Maribel. And I'm kind of involved now by association. So it would be good to find anything if you know anything else. I'm sure Edison maybe already spoke with you at one point.
I believe it's that young man came through.
I'm not sure if you remember at all a time before Mom was sick.
There was a time. I believe, up until shortly after Maribel was born, was fairly young. She was seemingly fine. That is the unfortunate nature of sometimes the mind can go quickly.
And it was
So, yes, when did it start?
Not too long after Maribel was born, when she was a young child.
and around that time Maribel also started getting sick.
Yes. Perhaps the stress of a young child being sick difficult on her.
It was so long ago, I wanted to be sure.
What were her initial symptoms?
Are you speaking of Maribel or Zelda?
Oh, well, both, if you could provide it.
Maribel had a persistent cough, and she seemed weakened and fatigued, very sluggish. And, I mean, Lucetta just mentally did not seem like she was fully there. And I mean, ultimately, until the point of Maribel's death, it seemed like she spoke of hearing voices and seeing things. Things that didn't make sense. Led her
Was
to
it consistent? I'm sorry.
just led her to do such unfortunate things.
Were the hallucinations consistent, or did it vary?
It was hard to fully latch onto anything. She just seemed not even like she was fully there most of the time.
It was very unpredictable as far as what she'd be like.
I do remember after Maribel's death, she would continue to mutter she wasn't real. Not sure what that meant, but seemed very fixated on that.
What she said to me that night as well.
And are you sure she was referring to Maribel?
I told her Maribel was dead, and she replied she wasn't real.
See.
I recommended help in Heaven's Reach to your father, but he didn't seem willing to listen to me. I'm very sorry that you had to go through that.
You recommended help before?
Well, when she was clearly not doing well mentally, I suggested finding some professional help in Heaven's Reach. I think ultimately, after that night, that's what convinced him that it was necessary. And I mean, after what your mother did, she couldn't stay here.
Yeah.
How long was it between you recommending this and Maribel's death?
I mean, this was years ago. Probably was within a year of Maribel's death that I had suggested it.
Eleanor inwardly goes tick with Information to compare later.
Might have missed that one. I think something cut out for me. So what did you say, Mark? On that one? What was the last one?
Just that the doctor recommended that Seta be sent to Heaven's Reach probably within a year before Maribel had died. But
Gotcha.
Ivan,
Like he was already
Said
seeing
no.
the signs of how bad it was and being like, you should get her
Gotcha.
some help, and he seems to have ignored it and just let it
Gotcha.
continue. When you recommended this, did he seem resistant because of pride, or did he seem like he didn't understand the full gravity of the situation?
I believe he felt that things would be all right. I know your father was always a quiet man, but he cared deeply for all of you. He always wanted the best for you. I did speak to him often about your mother. I think sending her away was quite difficult for him, and
Yeah, I remember that.
they were a very great couple before everything happened.
Were they happy, you think?
Very much
Before.
so, I believe, yes.
Did they ever leave and come back
I'm
in
sure
those early
they
years?
sure they went on their trips, but I don't know anything specific, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was so long ago.
Are they both from here originally, or somewhere else?
Oh yes, they were both here.
When did... You may not know this, so I apologize if you don't. Or Euphemia, when did your family come here?
Would I even know that, Mark?
Your family would have had both your parents come over when they were younger, young
Okay.
adults, and they would have met here.
Just from elsewhere?
Yep, just from another plane somewhere, and they came here.
Okay.
So the parents were kids when they came to this plane. that what you're
They were
saying?
young adults when
Or
they
young
came.
adults?
Young adults. Okay.
So, opportunity for work, and potentially they knew each other beforehand and they came together, but they both like arrived around the same time, is what you know of.
Okay.
And yeah, work was the big
Okay.
thing.
Sure. I mean, we don't really have extended family here. They came from somewhere else to start a new life and to work, and I don't really know beyond that.
When you noticed them starting to get sick, did you ever notice them having trouble sleeping or dealing with nightmares of any sort? Fever dreams?
I know Lucetta had nightmares.
A lot.
Ivan didn't mention any, but I doubt he would if he did.
Did that start around Maribel's illness as well, or did she always have
It all
Suffer
seems
from
to have
that.
started around the same time.
Did your mother have any abilities like you have, or any notable
Skill sets.
skills?
Mark? Would I remember?
Making you guys
I mean,
look
as a
for
kid?
it.
Yeah, I don't know.
None that you're aware of.
Yeah,
But you were pretty young still at the time too.
yeah. I didn't see her do any kind of magic or anything.
Interesting.
Do you happen to know who owns that house now?
Which one? The prior one or the one?
The old one.
That one is abandoned at this point. With people leaving during the shutter, that was one of the first to be abandoned.
Does anyone ever go there, or does anything ever happen there?
I believe that one is still shuttered and locked up.
I think we're here for at least, what, a couple days?
We can manage it.
So, if there's anything you think of, I'll try to stop by again. I'm sorry it's been so long.
I mean, you're more than welcome to stay here for the evening. We do have an extra room that you're welcome to have. And, I mean, I guess technically the home that your father did reside in most likely belongs to you or your mother in some way. Potentially we can work something out to, if that would be something you'd want.
Yeah, I guess I'd have to think about that. Just kind of looking at the others to see if anybody has an opinion.
Well, I kind of like touch Euphemia's shoulder, kind of like gently, but I'm like, we might, regardless of how you feel about ownership, we might need to get a look in there. There might be something important.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Get a journal of any sorts, that'd be quite helpful. Sorry, journal, you know. I don't know what it is tonight. I really don't.
Getting the Avon bleed
I
over.
think I was slipping right into
Yeah,
Avon right now.
Keeps
Well, it's
moving.
because whenever you try to sound serious and intellectual, that's when you
Yeah.
accidentally slip into Avon.
Yeah, yeah.
Versus the other. That's what I've
It's
noticed.
a serious
Yes.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, right, yeah, the journal. Yeah, that's, you know, to definitely check things and, the plus one.
How late is it now?
It's pretty late. It's probably getting close to the time you guys normally would start setting up to go to bed and settle in.
I think we'd be grateful for the room if that's okay with you for tonight, and
Of course.
thank you.
Would all of you want to stay here?
I don't. I won't be an inconvenience. Where we have a tent, we can set it up if you don't mind right outside.
I mean, the couches can be made available if you need them.
I would love to. Thank you.
If it's not too much.
Of course.
Your hospitality is really grateful. Thank you.
If you need anything, the kitchen's just through there, and feel free to help yourself.
Thank you.
I can totally see Winnie just make some tea. Like,
Yeah, our
Need to
usual
help the whole time.
teapot here is not really on it, right?
Yeah.
But Dr. Bannett just kind of looks at you and just, it is good to see you, Euphemia.
Thanks.
Please let us know if you need anything.
We will. Thank you. Just kind of seems like she wants to kind of melt into the couch right now and disappear. I think that's the demeanor at the
Doesn't
moment.
want more like attention right now.
Right? More attention?
Annabelle gets up and just says she'll make some sleepy time tea and have some things
Good
available.
job, Mark.
They're
Proud
so
of that.
nice.
You're welcome.
They're so nice.
Wow.
Oh.
I didn't even know you knew the name of that.
Yep. Look at me go. I'm
It was
surprised
named
you.
after-
Is this the first time you've ever named an actual drink
Look at me
aside from
go.
general?
It was name dropped a couple sessions ago by Mike, so
You absorbed it, Mark. I'm so proud.
He's learning.
He's learning.
Alright. Yeah, she'll go and make some tea, and they'll kind of get some blankets and pillows out for everybody.
I think
They-
when
just kind of going through the motions like a robot right now. It's like putting stuff together, but her face is just passion.
Mm-hmm.
I think at one point when they're kind of getting stuff, and if the doctor is kind of separate and down, like, oh, Big will grab some stuff. Just look when there's kind of a little bit out of earshot in a way, you can feel it, like, is her father buried here? I'm guessing.
Yes, there's a small path that goes down through the woods to where the graveyard is.
All right, thank you. I'll check that out at some point. I know. Whenever she's ready, I'm sure she'll want to drop by.
Of course.
So for the spare bedroom, is it just like a single bed, or like what's the situation
Can
with
we
that?
fit like a couple people in there?
You
Yeah.
could probably
Uh-huh.
fit 2 in there, all right. And then there's 2 couches that are out in the main area as well that are available,
Okay.
that are big enough to sleep on.
Dav will definitely volunteer the couch. Guessing Winnie would as well. That's what I'm guessing the split would be.
Even if they did it, I was gonna say Eleanor kind of
Yeah.
strong arms her way into the room, not to get
I'm
the
sure,
bed, but
I'm
more
sure.
just like
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep an eye on Euphemia. Like, that's like her
Right.
role for today,
Yeah,
and it's
for sure.
like she's taking it
Dav's
very
right there with her.
seriously.
you know?
Yeah.
Especially knowing you know that spell, so.
Yes. And not
Right.
just for that too. I'm not treating her like she's about to blow at any minute type of thing, but
Dad
more
totally
just
is.
Oh, he is? Oh no, she's not. But it is just more like kind of calmly keeping an eye
Yeah.
out, I think. And just like
Well,
if
Dav
it looks
just
like
has
even
no
like
way. He has no clue how to help you whatsoever. So all he's expecting is
Right.
that or that can happen. So I'll be here whenever Euphemia says something, whether it's good or bad. He has no charismatic resources whatsoever going on right now. He's like, Eleanor, great. We'll get goodies.
it kind of reminds me of in Winds when we tried to tell that one guy that his brother died, and Attic was just like
I don't know what to
You
do.
want to come with us?
I'm not say anything.
Like, oh, that's a twin thing. Good to know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know like how efficient Euphemia is with going through the motions, but I feel like, if Euphemia like fumbles with something, like Eleanor's there like
Yeah,
picking it
yeah.
up or like, just situating things for her.
Are you pulling the mark? So if any time the cup's like half off, you're just scooting it
She
back
like slides
up
it back
onto the table.
totally.
Finding
Yeah.
it.
It's definitely like mom mode activated too, because I'm sure like Julian would just like be like running off and doing
like,
something. So
running
she's
all
kind of
over
like
the place.
monitoring. So like that's definitely what she's doing right now.
She'll probably whisper like, oh, sorry, or like thanks, or whatever, like every so often.
Yeah.
Just like under
When
her
she
breath.
notices.
Yeah.
But you guys are able to get settled in. Is there anything else you'd like to do before going to sleep?
I'll message you. A little project I was going to work on.
Okay.
It doesn't need to wait for anything. It's super simple, so you can go ahead.
Oh, okay. Were you gonna say something?
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say once we're in the room at some point, I think Euphemia, I just kind of like blurt out, I don't know how to feel. She just kind of like sits down, like no one else, her head drops.
I go sit by her. And I'll put my arm around you. You see uncomfortable, then I'll like take it away. But
she'll just sit there.
I'll just kind of like hug you a little bit. I think it's hard to know how to feel. So much we don't know. But if you have sorrow over this, I don't think it's bad.
I don't even know. I walked in expecting it, and then I was right, and then I don't want to be right about this.
Even when we can expect the worst, sometimes it doesn't matter. Because the feelings are overwhelming regardless. The reality is horrible, no matter if you expect it or not.
It just seems like it's getting worse and worse.
There could be many intellectual things we could add into this, but I don't think that helps with the reality of what it looks like now. And if someday we find out this is an illusion, then we can dismiss it as such, but if your heart feels the weight of this, maybe what we find out here can help your father in the other place. In our reality. I know that doesn't help here, though. I know.
It didn't help him. As far as he knew, I was gone. So I keep dreaming that I'm going to lose them, and then I do, and I don't know how much longer we have before it's everyone. I already lost you in a dream.
in a dream.
Yeah. Last time we were here, in this place, I lost all of you.
The night when everyone had their nightmares.
Yeah.
Are you worried it's prophetic?
Every time I've dreamt that I've lost someone, I have. It happened to my mom. They took her away. And it happened to Maribel that night. And it happened to my dad. And then it happened to you, and you were in there. And I don't know how much longer I can... How much longer do you hope that you're wrong?
I think that it's time we stop hoping that we're wrong. And we cut out the rot that is happening. When we first spoke to Death about the hags and about everything, I thought it might be impossible because he was a god, and how do we compare if he could take out a coven, and how are we supposed to? But I learned later it was mortals that did it.
So, it's possible.
I think it's a better chance than what I originally anticipated. I am in a similar situation where no matter what avenue I take, no matter what hopes I have for the situation turning around, it only gets worse. So I understand that despair. What we have to do now in this moment isn't to give in. We have to move forward. There are
Can't let them have-
threats for all of us.
Yeah. I can't let them have any of you. Again.
Oh, I don't know what that looks like.
I don't either. I had hoped to get some more information on curses when we were in Heaven's Reach, so we're doing this a little backwards. But maybe we can bring back something else that's helpful.
Who knows what we can uncover here? We could learn a lot of things. Or at least a direction to go in.
That was my hope.
I'm sorry. I don't know what is going on, where we are, if this is real or not. But I am sorry.
Thank you. I know I said this on the way into town, but I'm glad that I'm not doing this alone. I don't know if I could.
I'm glad you're not either. I know I can be focused on my goals, but I do want to see this burden lifted from you. someday. And I'll do whatever I can to help that.
I appreciate it.
Do you need anything?
I don't think so. I just hope that we can get what we need here. I wonder if the places that I've thought of will help jog my memory at all.
I think any details, even if they seem minuscule now, they may be useful at some point.
I agree.
So, do you think you'll be all right to focus tomorrow, or do you need a day? Will it help you?
I don't want to waste any time. I don't think we have time to waste.
Yes.
So, thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course. We'll try to be prepared too. Seems that investigating might poke this a bit. So let's be ready.
I would be surprised if it didn't. So thank you. I think that's wise. I don't need any more people to get hurt in the wake of this.
I think we should have watches tonight.
Might be hard to sleep anyway, so I agree.
You settle in. I'll tell the others. Do you want to take a watch then? Let help you?
I'll take second, like I usually do.
Sure. Yes. Keep an eye on, especially our host.
I think so. I think that's a good idea.
All right. I just kind of give her like another like squeeze and like shoulder, like a little rub, and then I will get up and kind of go to Davril and Winnie.
Tinkering with some spare metal.
Huh?
Just tinkering with some spare metal.
Oh, okay.
I think Winnie would be trying to help you as well.
Yeah, just cut it right there. Appreciate
So
that.
help. She loves helping. She does.
Art, do you love NPCing her?
That's great. Winnie's great.
It is probably pretty easy to come up with stuff she does, to be honest.
There was one point though where she like brought her arm down on a coffee table, like as she was sitting on the floor, and she's like this bruise forming on the inside of her arm. So
That funny bone bruise, that's gonna take a while.
Oh my god.
You should give us updates on that.
That's perfect.
You should,
Context chat, Kelly had a little tumble on a ski hill this weekend and has the biggest bruise known to mankind on her arm right now.
Very props.
Canon.
Canon.
It's amazing.
I'll have to tell her.
You sure you don't want me to just heal that? No, just natural. All right, that's fine.
looks cool.
I'm okay.
She got to update Dav every 30 minutes about the bruise progression.
That's greening. Oh,
Yeah, probably. Yep.
That's changing color. Oh.
Ooh.
Let's put marks on it. See how big it gets.
There's a little design in it now.
Come in like as you're marking like. Oh dear. What are we doing?
It's like a boot now.
Oh dear, Winifred. Well, you too. So we think we should do watches tonight.
Makes sense.
I would say, while we're here, and poking around. Let's be prepared for unpleasantness at night.
Yes. Was thinking about setting up the alarm on your room so that if Euphemia leaves it, it's gonna go off. In case one of us missed something.
I see.
We can tell her. Just saying, just
Of
a thought.
course.
'Cause
If you'd like, that's fine with me. I just think we need to keep a particular eye on our host.
that's kind of why I figured she'd want us to stop her if anything did happen.
I'm not even just her. I just don't know.
Oh yeah,
We just don't know with any of this.
for sure.
So,
That's a good point.
Euphemia will be ready to investigate tomorrow. And we can see what we can find.
We're making a wreath for the grave if she wants to go by.
Oh.
Or like a
That's
flower
very
holder.
sweet.
It's just one of the two, depending on how many flowers we find. Figured she'd find like a garden or a place that we used to go to or something. Some stuff together.
That's very
But
sweet.
all I know what to do. I don't know what to say.
Sometimes it's better if you don't.
Just about to say there's nothing I can really say that's going to change anything.
And I don't mean you personally, Davro. I just mean in general.
Well, I just mean me. But yeah, sure.
No,
The royal you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I get to you. Anyways, I'm just going to go get the alarm. I don't know what to say.
Oh, dear. All right. We can go normal order if you like for watches.
Yeah, so me, Euphemia, Winnie, you.
Yes.
Alright. I'll head upstairs with some copper. Knock, knock, knock. On Euphemia's door.
She opens it and she's like wiping her eyes a little bit with her sleeve.
He pretends not to see, just for her sake. Hey, Euphemia, buddy. So I just wanted to set up the alarm. He's like looking down, like being really awkward. Question for you, because I know these nice people seem really close to you. In case friend comes back, do you want me to set up the alarm in case you leave the room during the night? So we all get woken up? You'd have to wake me up if you have to go to the bathroom or something, but...
Do you think that's a good idea? If you think it's a good idea, then that's probably good. She's like kind of struggling to put words together, like, oh, this isn't something I was prepared to think about, really, but...
Sure. We'll keep eyes. Are you okay to do? You can sleep tonight. We can...
No, I want to take a watch. Won't help.
I know there's nothing I can say. It's gonna make a difference. But there's still hope. We'll get back to him. And we'll honor him here.
Thank you.
Start putting copper down.
She'll just like watch you for a second and then just close.
Always every day to think. Okay, good night.
He always says that. It's so nice. He says it almost every night.
Oh, yeah.
Alarm down?
Yep.
Okay.
She doesn't answer, but she notices it every night.
Also, it's just like kind of like through the door. I'm gonna leave Micah up for your watch, just in case you need a friend.
Are you sure that's a good idea? After
Yep,
the other
it's
time.
worth it.
Well, okay.
Well, I mean, I'm
For
worth
sure.
losing him, is what I meant. It's fine.
You don't hear anything else from your side
Yeah,
of the dark.
he just walks by. Dab takes a little bit of time to poke into as many things as he can see around the house before heading back downstairs, but he's not gonna
Yeah.
like go into anything. Just
Of
being
course.
nosy.
It's a pretty fancy house too. I got some nice stuff.
I'm sure.
Man. Get some really good stuff here if we didn't know them. At least we're good people.
Good thing we're good citizens.
Like notating like that could be worth money if I was bad. Probably would have taken that. Just kind of going through like notating what he'd steal if he was a bad person.
But you can head back down, start working with Winnie a little bit more on your wreath design. And you guys can do your watches if you'd like. Nothing else.
Yeah, Eleanor, where are we doing watches? Just outside y'all's door? Like, how's this working? We're just
Does
gonna,
the
like,
living room cover both the, like, near where the couple is and then also our
The
door?
living room's main floor. The 2 bedrooms are upstairs.
that's what I was wondering.
Oh, that makes a difference. Maybe we should be outside the hallway
Yeah.
and cover both.
And then I'll leave one person down here just in case something occurs.
Yes.
I'll leave Mike up in a way to keep an eye on both.
Yes, that's a good idea. Do that then.
You can go ahead and roll with an advantage tinkering check there. Dav, your craft.
Yes. What's tinkering again? Intelligence?
For this, I'll let you.
Intelligence,
Yeah, dude, intelligence.
20.
All right.
Save my roll for the watch.
Yeah, you get it nice and designed, and looks like it can have these openings for sliding in flowers that can hold them. And yeah, looks good.
Away from him.
But yeah, you can give me a perception check if no one else has anything else before bed they want to do.
I just write in my notebook and no, it's not going anywhere, but I send it off anyway.
All right.
And that's about all from me, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I'm doing anything else.
Okay. So, perception check, Dav.
I am going to use my advantage pity die roll.
All right.
Add to my perception. So I'm making a flat roll since I'm at disadvantage, right? Or am I just re-rolling the disadvantage?
The reroll is the same circumstances as the previous roll, so you'd be both times disadvantage you're rolling. You can take the better result of the 2.
So that's a 3 on the first one. I'll take the 3. Sadly, that was a natural 1 on the reroll.
Oh boy.
Jeez.
All right.
Micah is watching as well. I'm keeping him separate, but just being like, hoop and holla if you see something,
Sure.
It's not supposed to be in the house.
You have a D4 too if you want to add that in there. Nope.
I think I'll hold on to it for now because
Okay.
it's not going anywhere.
Sounds good. House is quiet. Probably have the lights kind of dim too because when he's sleeping. And
It's just too much into his like blade singing. And... All right.
probably fine-tuning your craft a little bit.
Forgetting that he fell asleep during Eleanor's watch and
I
let
know.
that happen and just Hoping nothing goes this time either.
Some nice cold pocket potatoes with
Oh,
inside
yeah.
in there.
Yeah, I don't chewy.
But eventually you kind of realize, oh, well, probably Euphemia's time, I'm guessing, to go.
Good job, Micah. Alright. This is weird. She can't come out of her room.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. How does that work? So there with the door open?
I mean, she can. The alarm will go off for a second, right? And then it'll just go off when she's done with her watch, and it'll wake you up.
Winnie. Poke her awake.
She just looks at you.
Yeah, I'm gonna move you to right outside Euphemia's door. So, she'll have to set off the alarm to wake you up.
Have to sleep in the hallway.
Oh, wait. Yeah, no.
Oh,
That doesn't
baby.
make sense either. You know what,
Oh,
just go back
no.
to bed. No, you're doing good. I can't.
Yes.
I wouldn't do that to you.
Complicated, but it needs to be.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You know what? I'm not even gonna wake up Euphemia. She needs sleep.
Oh,
So-
boy.
I'm just gonna go sit right outside Euphemia's door and just sit up for another hour.
Okay.
It's alright, not really. Just following anyway. Eleanor can handle things.
Sounds good. So yeah, Dav, doing the double watch. As the night continues to progress on, Euphemia, I need a wisdom saving throw from you, please.
I was waiting.
There it is. There it is. Ooh. I think I'm gonna use the reroll.
All
for
right.
this.
Sounds
Yeah.
I was
good.
like, how do we want to? Yeah. Oh, it's really not that much better. I'm so sorry. Just-
She's
boy.
just smirking.
I know. 12.
12. Okay.
Jeez, you don't have a D4. I want to get. Can I give her
No.
my D4?
My first one I
no.
rolled was a 2, so it was much
Jeez.
lower. Yeah, it's those wisdom saving throws. I'm just real bad at them.
You're proficient
For
with
some
them.
reason.
You just always
I
roll
know,
bad with them.
Thematically, I am horrible at them.
Oh, this is gonna hurt if this comes up for Euphemia after the after the rolls already happened.
I
Oh, it's Mike.
know.
Mike just gets it added to the mishap level.
Oh boy.
Alright. All right. So Dav's sitting up, doing his watch,
Close to break time potentially.
and because of that, we'll go take a break real quick, and we'll
Thank
come
you.
back to
I'm
see
so sorry. I just can't
what
wait.
happens.
I was about to
next.
send a
So
message too. I was
I
like,
know. It's
So-
like we gotta go. We gotta be
We'll
done.
go to break, and we'll come back
what do you
with.
think? We're young people. We can't hold it that long, Mark. You know this. We're old.
What are we doing?
I'm sorry. Okay, break time. We'll be back shortly. Stick around, everybody.
Break.
All right, everybody, we are back from our break, fully refreshed from going to the bathroom and ready to get into the second half here. As we enter the second half, I just want to remind our audience, this is a horror campaign. There may be some dark themes that come up. Just a heads up. We don't want to get super, like, graphic or anything, but this is a horror campaign. There will be dark themes. So, watch accordingly. But, we ended with Euphemia rolling a wisdom save. And you got a 12, I believe, correct?
I did get a 12.
All right.
Nope.
Yep.
So,
I don't know. That was enough.
with that, I need Eleonora to also give me a wisdom save.
Let's see. I'll use my D4.
Okay.
Eight. No. 8, 12, 8, 18, yeah.
Nice. I did use my advantage die. I don't know if you marked that down.
Yes, I did mark that down.
Okay.
All right. Did you -1, by the way, Rach, from yours? Because you still have that one level of
No, so 17.
17. Okay.
I thought it was gone.
This is the last
it
day.
not?
You're at -1
I
today.
think this was the last
After a
day.
long rest, you would get it back
Yeah.
Okay,
to be.
so 17.
All right. Let me look at one thing. As
You know this.
you are all resting, Dav sitting in the hallway, just keeping watch, looking out. Euphemia, you begin to have a nightmare. You find yourself back in your childhood home, waking up next to Maribel, covered in blood. You hear the shrieks and muttering of your mother across the room. She wasn't real. She wasn't real. It wasn't real. It wasn't real. Just over and over. What do you do in this moment as the room is extremely dark? Just enough moonlight to see a little bit of the glisten of the blood next to you.
I would pick her up again, Maribel. And I would kind of hold her to my chest, and I yell back at my mom. I've had this dream a few times before. I would just kind of say, she was real. You're wrong. She was real. She was real, and now she's dead.
Give me a charisma roll.
Straight roll or a save?
Make an intimidation, we'll say.
Ooh. Okay. 17.
Okay. You look at your mom as she turns to you. Her face doesn't look natural at this point. It looks kind of
Ooh.
twisted. Her hair is hanging in her face. And you watch as longer limbs kind of begin to extend from her as she reaches behind her back and pulls back, and there's this jagged dagger. She just is like staring at you, breathing heavily now. No words, just silent besides the sound of her deep breaths.
Okay. I'm gonna pull Maribel closer to my chest, like I'm protecting her, like, still. And I'm just gonna stare at my mom and say, why did you do it? Like tears pouring down my face. Like, why? Why did you do it?
She begins to sort of like, you know, when creatures like stalking their prey and they're kind of keeping like a little bit of a perimeter. But the long arm extends down to the ground and is dragging the dagger along the floorboards.
Okay.
Just slowly going around the room, just staring at you, no words still. Kind of a crooked back over that distorted looking face.
What do you want? Why her?
One step closer to you, dragging the dagger.
Why would you take her?
Another step closer.
Like full on shaking in terror, I think. Still clutching Maribel.
The moonlight begins to fade a little bit away as the room grows a little darker. The windows begin to rattle with the wind.
Why are you doing this?
Another step closer.
My voice is like cracking.
Another step closer. Her large form is now kind of towering over you.
Do I feel like if I like cast a spell, I could, or like, can I try to instinctively?
Sure. What would you like to try to cast?
Thunderwave. It's her panic button.
Was waiting for
You
it.
extend out your hand trying to cast a spell. Nothing seems to happen, but all the windows shatter in. The glass goes flying through the room. You can feel it slashing across your face a little bit, getting caught in your hair, across your arms. One step closer, you see this wicked grin on her face as she stands above you, head kind of lowering down to you.
What do you want? I don't understand why you're doing this.
The other hand kind of begin to reach around and grabs onto the back of your neck.
Definitely like blink real long, like, do I just close my eyes and maybe it'll all go away? But then I open them again and I would ask one more time, like, why?
You open them and her face is right next to yours.
Is it look at all like my mom anymore, or is it just like morphed into?
It's a very twisted looking version of your mother's face.
Okay.
The teeth are like crooked. You can smell like this awful smell on her breath. Just this wicked grin though as she's leaning over. Her clothes have almost transformed into this ratty like cloth. And then the dagger slowly rises up. Like she's not even moving quickly. She just takes the blade. It gets closer and closer to your neck as she's holding the back of your head.
I am like squeezing Maribel's body very close to me and shaking, but I don't know that I would even think to like try and run away or anything. I am just staring at her, and I might even say one more time, like, who are you?
You feel the blade press against your neck a little bit.
Why?
The forehead of this creature goes down to yours and like touches it. You feel a slight cut into your neck.
I don't know what you want from me.
And then the mouth opens. As the blade, you can feel it release from your neck a little bit. Just says, You haven't suffered enough. And the dream fades.
Oh no. Oh no. That voice, 10 out of 10. Ah, ah.
All right.
I hope I didn't just accidentally thunderwave in my sleep in our
That would be awkward. All right. Eleanor.
Did I not pass my save?
You are dreaming as well.
Okay.
You find yourself once more wandering the halls of your home back in Shadow Rock. Where do you go?
Okay. Once again, just want to make sure I am aware or no. Do I think I'm back? Do I think things are normal? How aware am I versus how much am I in a dream kind of going through the motions?
I would say in this moment it feels real. Like, it may not logically make sense to you, but you're not really thinking logically. It just feels real in this moment. Like you are in your home.
But am I aware I've been banished? Am I aware about the hags?
Yeah.
Am I aware?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so I'm aware of all of it. It's just I feel like I'm
Mm-hmm.
just back at home for some reason.
Yep.
Okay, that sounds good. Where am I now?
Just in a hallway in your home.
I'm just in a hallway.
Mm-hmm.
I think my first instinct, as always, is to go check on Julian. So I don't know though if there's like a roundabout way to like see if anybody else I know is around, but my priority would be Julian.
Okay. You begin walking down the hallway towards Julian's room and turn the corner to start getting there. But you find another long hallway up ahead where normally his room would be.
Okay. So I probably like give a sound of frustration and then like try and head to his room. You know.
You keep walking. You turn again, another long hallway.
Yeah, I think I start to get frustrated and I like walk down like quicker this time. Do I recognize anywhere around me, or is it just a hallway with like no doors? Or
It looks like the hallway that would lead towards his room. It's just long and you're not at the far end like you need to be when you turn.
yeah, I just keep going. Okay.
But you walk once more with a little bit more pace to it and turn. And you're in another long hallway.
I think if there's a door like in between that hallway, I would go down in that.
Okay, you
Like just open it and like see.
You grab the handle and swing it open and look, and it's another long hallway.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think I am really frustrated at this point. I'll try one more time to go to the place where I know where he is.
You walk down, turn the corner, another long hallway, but this time on the side of the wall, you just see the words scrawled out in really jagged handwriting. Nope.
I almost swore. So, do I recognize the handwriting? Or can I go to it?
Yeah, you can walk up to it.
Okay.
It's really like jagged and messy, like almost like it's been painted on pretty hastily. But it is a red.
With what? Ugh. Can I touch
You
it?
can give me an investigation roll if you'd like.
Mark knows how to get under Rachel's skin.
10 years of marriage will do that. 11?
Seems like blood to you.
Okay. I like wipe my hand on the wall. Like I don't want to touch it anymore. And look a lot more concerned. And I guess I'll try turning the corner somewhere else, or maybe go another direction, like just seeing if something will change.
You turn back and go down another pathway. It's another long hallway, and you see written in blood, "Not here either."
Eleanor like curses a little bit. And she turns on her heel and tries to walk somewhere else. Like maybe not even to Julian's room this time, like just like trying to get out of the hallways. You know, like maybe if I can find my bearings somewhere else, I can like go at it from a different angle or something.
Mm-hmm. You walk down, see another long hallway. You see written in blood on the wall, "You won't find him."
I think I'll like I want to look around and see like, do I see any signs of who might have done this
Roll a perception roll.
or anything? Uh, 10.
10. As you're looking around, you're kind of at like an intersection now as you're looking down 4 different pathways. That all look about the same as you stare down them. And you feel like you saw motion down one of them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go. I mean, I think she's kind of like worked up, and especially with like not really just being in the moment and feeling like someone's messing with her is like really pissing her off, and alarming her, even though she won't admit that. And so she'll like kind of charge off in the direction of where she saw movement.
You go down.
But she won't say anything at the moment.
And stare down the hallway that you see now that is at the end of that where you felt like you saw motion. You just see written in blood, "Ha ha."
What sort of game is this?
You hear footsteps back behind you now, like further where you came from. It's like clattering of footprints on the stone.
Do they sound like heavy or light?
They sound light.
Okay. Yeah. I think she like instinctively kind of just like turns around and follows it.
You feel like you saw like a dark shadow dart down another hallway up there.
Okay. I think I'll just be like, I know someone's messing with me, but I also am like, oh my gosh, this is Julian. So I think like half of her is like, Julian. And then she just keeps looking though to see if like there's anything else like interfering or.
As you call out the name, you hear a very childlike laughter that sounds familiar to you, echoing down the hallway up ahead to the left.
Yeah, I think at this point she like picks up her skirt and like books it to like the direction where she hears. I think like in her head too, she's thinking like, is someone like out to get him? Like, you know, like she's like trying to see if like she can intercept him first, you know, or whatever.
You hustle up there and turn the corner. It's the same hallway you've been walking down over and over and over again. But on the stone on the ground, there's a trail of blood, like something's been dragged down this hallway the full length of it.
Okay. Do I see anything else aside from that? Like footprints
that's
in
it.
the blood or anything like that? Yeah, so I think like, again, not really thinking rationally. I think she just kind of like panics and moves faster. Trying to like see. She might stop for just a second to see if she can tell anything from the blood when she approaches. But I don't know how long it would be for if there's nothing that immediately stands out.
You head down to the end of the hallway.
Yeah, the only thing is if I can see something, the blood, I would stop. But
It just looks like a dragging trail of blood, like something was dragged.
Then yeah,
down
I would. Yeah, I would just keep going and be like, Julian, please come here. I need you. I need you here with me right now.
The trail of blood turns to the left, and there's arrows on the wall pointing the same direction that you would be continuing to follow down.
Oh my gosh, still in blood?
Yep.
I think, like, in just, like, utter frustration and anger, she, like, shoots off an eldritch blast at one of the arrows, like, as she's running. Just, like, drop it! Like, really upset.
You just hear the same childlike laughter down at the end of the hallway, echoing down the hallway to you.
Okay. Yeah, I was charging down there. I just shoot a couple of the arrows because I'm angry and feeling like something's messing with me.
You hustle down. Give me a perception roll.
I'll use my advantage.
All right.
16.
As you turn the corner, you swear you see yourself turn the corner at the end of the hallway. Like another trail of blood, though, all the way down this hallway with arrows pointing.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I see, is it like I see like my same outfit type of thing?
Yeah.
Like I would recognize
Like
my
hoisted up
clothing
dress,
or whatever.
quickly turns around, same clothes, everything.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she curses again, like she's getting pretty hyped up, and
You hear another curse down at the end of the hallway echo down to you.
I think it's like she'll keep going because it's like it's something seems to be happening, but she's like so angry, and I think at one point, you know, she's even just like, what is going on? What do you want? And just like really like outraged, like.
You hear that same voice echoing back to you up the hallway ahead of you. Turn once more, catching sight of what looks like you at the end of the hallway again, turning ahead. And you see written in the blood with the arrows, "You're trapped here."
What do you mean I'm trapped here?
You hear that echo down.
I know.
What do you mean I'm trapped? You're trapped here,
Yeah.
just echoing down. Then just silence after you ask that.
I kind of like pace around where the words are, and I'm like, "What? Are you some coward?"
What are you, some coward? Echoes back to you.
Yeah, I'll pace around for a little bit more, mad I didn't get a response, and then I'll turn the corner again. Just...
Okay. Go down the hallway. Swear you caught sight of yourself at the end of this one again, too. Another long hallway with that blood trail down it, arrows pointing. You're trapped here written on the wall.
Oh. So I can cast spells.
And certainly try.
It looks like I was, because I was shooting an Eldritch Blast earlier.
Certainly try, yeah.
Okay. I'll try to detect magic ritually. I just sit down in the middle of the hallway.
Okay.
Very mad. And start to huffily cast detect magic.
So you're doing this ritually, you said?
That's the only way I can do it.
Okay. You begin to cast it. And as you do, you see the stone around you begin to crack and split with like hairline fractures.
Oh, like where I'm sitting?
Yeah, just like on the walls and the ground, the ceiling.
Okay.
You keep casting?
For now.
Cracks continue to form and split. As they grow wider, that pink glow begins to emanate from them more and more.
Ooh, okay. Well, if it's a pink glow, I'm not sure about that. I will stop casting.
You stop. But down the hallway, both to you, up ahead to the left and behind you now, you continue to still hear your voice chanting to cast the spell ritually. You continue to see cracks forming.
Can I turn the hallway to see if I see myself doing it? Like, I kind of leave where I'm at to, like, go look?
Yeah, you turn and look, and you see yourself sitting in the hallway, continuing to cast it. Cracks continue to form. Each step you're taking, you're, like, stepping on ground that's beginning to break apart.
Can I go to myself?
You
Like, grab my own shoulder? Like, stop!
You run towards yourself. Your legs suddenly feel heavy. You look down and they have turned to stone. You cannot move any further down the hallway.
Oh my gosh. All of her bad things. Good lord. Okay.
It begins to crawl up your legs to your knees as you watch Julian turn the corner and stand next to yourself casting. But the ground and walls and ceiling around him continue to crack, and that pink glow is shining off of him.
Can I talk still? Am I not completely frozen yet?
Yeah, it's just up to your knees.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm like trying to move like really frantically, but obviously I can't. And I am like, Julian, get away from her, get away from all of this. Go.
Does not seem like he hears you. But the cracks continue to form until tendrils begin to reach out and go around and grab onto Julian. And he lets out a scream, pleading for help, as yourself in that hallway still continues to cast the spell.
Oh my gosh. Can I shoot at the tendril?
Sure. So you fire off a spell.
Him? Mm-hmm.
Another one just comes up and deflects it away, and you're red bolt hits the wall. As up to your waist now has been turned to stone.
I'm just like full protective mode. So I like continue to shoot off something that can help, and I'm just like, I'm screaming with him. Like, I'm not even like saying anything legibly at this point. I'm just like trying to like do something to help him, or get him to even hear me or something.
As you are screaming and yelling, continue to feel it like go up to your torso, that stone, and watching as the tendrils begin to pull him down as the cracks widen more and more, the pink glow filling the hallway as he begins screaming and being pulled down into these cracks.
I don't think I have any other spells that can help. Can I remove curse on myself?
Can certainly
Does that do
try.
anything? Okay, I'll do that.
You go attempt to bring your hand up and it turns the stone just before you can touch yourself.
Okay.
Now it's up to your
There's
shoulders.
nothing more I can do aside to just, screaming his name and trying. But there's nothing I can do now.
You watch as Julian gets wrapped up and pulled down completely into this pink glow. There's a burst a little bit of light as his last scream goes out, his hand like reaching up and goes and descends into the pink glow. You hear a whisper next to your ear. You'll never get him. In Alexander's voice. As you feel like your face is turning to stone as well. Your jaws locking up. As he seems to slide your statued form into a side of the hallway. And you just stare forward at the words. You're stuck here. Written in blood, with little cracks and glowing pinkness around it. Your eyes continue to blink, but the rest of you is stone. You're just trapped there. It feels like weeks, months, years go by as you just stare at that wall. It seems like you're prison for the rest of time.
That's rough. That's so bad. Good.
Well, that'd be any good or worse.
Gosh. Is this where I roll a new character?
All right. Dav, in the hallway, you continue to sit out there and wait. Eventually it gets to probably be about the time for Winnie to take her watch.
Like, you wonder what kind of like drinks they have here? Or like a county special. Oh, it's an hour. Okay, thanks, Michael. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I'll go wake up Winnie.
Okay. Yeah, she wakes up. I did use my bless for her. Sometimes it's nice when I can use blessings, guys.
Yeah, that's
Once
true,
in a while,
actually.
it works out
Good
for
point.
us. Yeah.
It's sorry for waking you up the first time. This time's the real time. You good?
And she just nods and
Trying to
starts
whisper.
to go ahead and take her watch.
Okay. No, like for real, you good?
And she just
Then I'll- and they've
nods.
been
Yes.
quieter. Yeah. Just try not to wake up people. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Just
So mean, like.
just
I'm gonna take away that
I
blessing,
don't know.
Mike.
Maybe I'd recommend keep an eye on Euphemia's room, but just yell if anything happens. I'll be right here. Michael's gonna stay watch. You got it.
So go ahead and do the watch.
Just want to RP with Winnie, guys. Sorry,
You
jeez.
just miss her.
Feel like really close to Winnie this episode. I don't know why.
I spent so much time getting to know her.
Yeah,
All the
we've had a lot of
thoughts.
RP time and some
Yeah.
crafts time.
But yeah, her watch goes on as the rest of you sleep. But Dev, I need a wisdom save from you as well.
Oh, buddy.
Here it comes.
Here it
I
comes.
was wondering if that was gonna happen or not. I was like, please let him be out of this.
Should have done the wrist flourish, huh?
Might have helped.
I'm gonna use the blessing now just because to get it out of the way.
All right.
It's not gonna help, but
And Ashley did get a blessing. 10. Okay.
I did? Oh,
Got a blessing.
hooray!
just in case another one comes through later.
Okay. As you begin to rest,
Thanks, Delmine, for good dreams. Maybe if I keep praying to her, it'll work. Unless I find a better friend to adventure with.
you go ahead to sleep and begin to dream. You begin to look around as you have come to Northport to come look for Kendra.
Cool, man.
You're in the streets of Northport looking for her.
Kind of put his hood up and just trying to keep guarded from the pack, even though they probably got their hands full. But I just kind of trying to look around. He's got Micum flying up there, trying to keep eyes out for her. I go alley to alley, but stay close. And it's pretty dangerous here.
As you're looking around and trying to keep quiet, you see these flying creatures, these little devils or something flying through the air. Possibly imps of some sort.
Still want to know if there's those people. Anyways, focus.
You're keeping an eye out, and then you watch as Micum suddenly gets latched onto by one of these imps and just torn apart and disappears.
Sorry, buddy. You got me this far. I'll bring her back later.
You go to pat your spell book. You realize it's not there anymore.
Curse to that one. Cookies. Ah. Keep it family friendly.
There you go.
Dang it. I'm starting to feel a little bit more weary, but just kind of rely back on his. Does he still have his gauntlets? Kind of his artificering stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You gotta find her. Keep pushing through.
Begin to continue to walk around these streets, hearing screams every once in a while. Someone in the distance just shrieking out in terror, "Please help!" and just screaming. "Ah!" So you hear growls, and
Every time stops and hesitates, and there's that piece of him where his legs move for a second and then he pushes forward on his goal. He knows the city is lost. He's just trying to get Kendra out. Or see if she's dead. sure the dream logic is if his friends aren't here, then they're either dead or abandoned him. So it's just Kendra and him.
Give me a stealth roll.
Jeez. Would I as no? It's dream logic. He's gonna have disadvantage. Oh, that would have been nice. 12.
You're walking around, hearing these screams, and you start to turn a corner a little too quickly, and you watch as this demonic creature with big wings just like turns and sees you, just lets out this "Rah!" screech and just starts booking it towards you, like flying.
Yep. Takes out some gum, and I'll cast Expeditious Retreat and just start booking it.
You go to cast that and begin to book it, and you just immediately trip over your own feet and fall onto the ground.
That's about right. Gosh. Okay. Let's just try and get back up. Start powering up his gauntlets then, and just he'll start running towards the beast then this time.
It's just this flying in at you. Make an attack roll.
Are we gonna find Kendra? Natural 20.
Okay. You have this super punch coming in, and he just grabs your hand, and you watch as he hits it, that mechanism that you have built just crumbles and cracks and splinters and flies into bits all around you.
That's not fair.
As he starts to like bend your wrist back, and you feel this immense pain as your wrist breaks.
Oh. Yeah, Dav just kind of fall into one knee.
Yeah, it pushes you down further into the ground, just bending your arm back more and more.
I think at this point, Dav's just like yelling, "Do it! End it!" Like opening up his neck for like a bite.
You watch as those little imp creatures begin to fly in and descend down on you and start nipping at you in various places.
Come at me!
The big creature drags you down the street by your broken arm.
Oh.
As you have these imps just nipping at you as you're like being drugged behind.
There's a lot of curses and a lot of just kill me.
Your pleas for death fall on deaf ears. As it just continues to drag you through the streets, turning more and more.
Probably just out of it in pain and just curses and tears and anger. Probably a lot of obscenities towards the gods too.
As you continue to get drugged through the streets, this pain of all these bites on you, just feel like you're barely holding on. You begin to get led into more of a courtyard area where you start to see bodies piled up. Big piles of bodies, too. To the left, to the right. See people strung up and hung from the sides of buildings. There's blood everywhere. You continue to get drugged through and just tossed into the middle as you hear like people pleading around you, just please no, and just like some creature with their claws just go down right into the chest of some of these pleading individuals as their life gets taken from them.
Do I have the other gauntlet still up?
Yep.
He's gonna try and, being very not descriptive about this, but try and turn the gauntlet towards himself and the demon kind of holding him, and try and do a thunder wave both at himself and the demon to try and go out his way.
As you turn to start lining that up, you feel the leg of this creature just slam onto your arm and break it too. underneath its weight as you start lying there, unable to move either arm now. It reaches down as it lets go of your original arm that was broken, and it begins to pull away your armor. Just you hear it bending and cracking and splitting as all the like leather straps begin to snap. Tosses it to the side.
There'd be like bottles and potions pouring out of like his different spell components and artificering stuff.
Reaches down and pulls you a little further as he turns, stomping on all your bottles as they shatter. All of your components begin to just be crushed or spill out into the street, mixing with the blood all around it. Begins to drag you as you're bumping along on the curbs and sidewalks, passing more and more bodies.
At some point, he'd probably just muster enough to just be like, "What am I, your plaything? Just like the gods leaving us? Finish it already."
Just looks back at you.
You know not suffering yet.
He doesn't have any response. Any sort of like one-liner is just like, I don't have a gauntlet. Okay. Just kind of spitting back.
Pulls you and like slams you into a little bit of a wall that's there as you're sitting up, arms just limp next to you. The creature then turns and stomps on both your legs, and you feel both your shins snap.
Flesh wound. Sorry.
So you are now lying immobilized there, staring out at the piles of bodies before you.
Probably fading in and out, just at this point, just out of pain. Trying to keep his eyes open. He's like glancing around, hoping he doesn't find anyone he recognizes.
Give me a perception roll.
I think it's at disadvantage. That's a 3 and a 6.
Okay. It's hard to see as just like the pain of everything is keeping you and having a really hard time focusing.
Blood and chemicals and potions that are hissing and burning him.
And as you're kind of going in and out of consciousness, looking around, one of those imp creatures flies down, latches onto the side of your face with your stone, and starts to dig into your eye and pull the stone out, and you feel it being drug out through your eye socket.
We're still good. It's not a real eye. We're still good.
Everyone is asking if you're okay in the chat, Mark.
Guys, I warned you at the start of this.
Unresolved stuff we had to get out there. Yeah, he's just screaming and hoping for it all to end at this point.
As you sit there.
No.
Yeah.
I was going to say, just for him, this is worse than death because he's been stripped of the magic. He's been stripped of what he's created. He's been stripped of any urgency, and he has to just sit there. For him, this is torture.
You're sitting there helpless as you watch as more people are being drug in, thrown into walls, bodies thrown into piles, people being outright killed just not too far from you even. And blood just continues to flow across the streets. The city is full of wailing and crying all around you. You sit there for what feels like a couple hours at least, being picked at by imps occasionally and Just feeling
Let's shake them off.
blood all around you. Until a larger devil-looking creature comes over and grabs you and begins to carry you over towards the center of this courtyard.
He's probably like, just with blood loss and pain, probably just on the edge of consciousness. And some of the last things that he's been thinking about is he starts picturing Eleonora, Winifred, Euphemia, and just in this state, he makes like a prayer. I hope y'all are safe. He just kind of silently keeps just whispering, hope they're safe. Hope they're okay.
As you get drug into the center here, looking out to the skies, just hoping friends are all right. You begin to hear this metal sound dragging across the ground, getting closer to you. As it gets close, you can look over and see there's this barbed chain, like barbed wire chain, basically. They begin to bring closer to you. They start wrapping it around your torso, and then around both your arms. As you feel it tightening around you, it feels it slicing into you, your body. One direction of the length of chain goes one way, the other goes a different. As two creatures begin to fly up and you feel your arms being pulled up. Already in so much pain from the broken arms, but now all the more. As there's two posts that they fly up to the top of and tie it off at the top. So you're just hanging there by your arms.
Wishing he was just stone at this moment instead of like this.
As you're just feeling like the blood loss is making it so you lose consciousness, you look across and you see Kendra's body. No glow to her hair. Looking limp, hanging across from you. In the same fashion you are. Not moving.
Just tears coming out of his one eye. Sorry. Should have never left you.
You're just left to hang there, hearing those screams. The life isn't leaving you. For some reason, you just continue to cling on as you watch all these creatures bring more and more residents of Northport in and killing them right in front of you.
I think slowly the prayers turn to curses.
As you hang there, you feel like the world will soon be theirs, as just there's numerous devils flying around. But eventually, you all wake up.
Wow.
We made it.
To a very frantic looking Winnie who's just like above you guys, like shaking you, like, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Winnie always escapes the nightmares. I don't know if she's had a single one yet.
I don't think she has.
She never has. She's always
I
missed
don't think
it.
she has.
Or she's saved or any of
She's
that.
charmed somehow.
Is she waking up one person in particular, or just kind of like waking us all up because we're not waking up?
Is it just Euphemia?
This would
Just waking up?
be probably next to Euphemia and Eleonora. as you guys are in the same room.
Oh yeah.
When you wake up, Eleonora, you take 13 points of psychic damage.
Ouch. Yeah.
Euphemia, you take 9 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
Dav, you take 13 points of psychic damage.
He's down. No, I'm just kidding.
None of you benefit from a long rest, so Eleanor, you still have that negative
Oh,
1.
geez.
Okay.
Oof.
But
What time is...
she looks a little relieved to see you, as it is morning now. The sun is out.
Okay. Okay.
Eleanor is just like gasping, like she's breathing for the first time in like
Yeah.
years. And yeah, it's just kind of like laying there for a minute, just like clutching at like the bed sheet or whatever. Just like her fingers are like flexing, or like, you know, just like trying, like realizing she can move and where she is.
I feel like I would have shot straight up, like one of those, like just sitting there, like panting.
As when he sees that you both are back, like she looks like she's in a panic state, like she's been doing this for a long time, and she just goes and sits down in the corner, and just like starts breathing. Looks like she's trying to calm down.
How much are we with it, would you say? Like, do I realize, like, even though the dream, is it kind of like normally waking up from a nightmare where you're like, you know, it was all a dream, even if it felt really bad?
You
or
know
whatever?
it's a dream. You all have a level of exhaustion, as we did not get a full rest either.
Right.
And your head hurts, obviously, from
Like a wicked headache, yeah.
from whatever you just experienced. But you are aware, like, okay, we've done through this before. Like, we've had nightmares like this.
Yeah.
Euphemia, you're definitely aware of this type of stuff.
Yeah. I was gonna say, we're next to each other, right? I think I would even just reach for your hand and grab it.
Okay.
Just like squeeze your hand.
Yeah, she probably squeezed it like bone crackingly so.
Yeah,
She-
yeah.
like,
Well, my hand
it's
is fully
really bad.
shaking, but I'm gonna grab your hand anyway.
Yeah.
And you can probably feel that, you know, like the adrenaline and everything else. Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely grips it back like super, super hard. And I think then her immediate next thought is, oh my gosh, the couple in the next bedroom.
Yeah.
And like, so I like sit up and is like, and it's, what if it, are they up?
And she just, like, she points that direction like she doesn't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna get up pretty quick.
So I like,
I would
like,
say. Yeah.
So we'll like
and just,
go over to the room or something.
Yeah.
You hustle over there. Do you knock or do you just open the door?
I just opened the door.
Yeah, I think we would.
Sorry.
Honestly.
You swing open the door.
That's fine.
The curtains are still drawn shut in this room. As you see what looks like their forms in bed still.
I'm gonna walk up to them quickly and just like immediately check, like medicine check them, I guess would be my first thought.
Same.
Roll a medicine check.
Remind me, if we have a level of exhaustion, is that disadvantage?
Yes. All ability checks are at disadvantage.
Alright. Oh, actually, that was still good. 22.
22. As you look at them, you can see they're cold. Both of them.
No.
That's what I was worried about.
I am going to kind of like fall forward on the bed and just no, like trying to like, you know, check on them and like wake them up. And
Yeah, it seems like they've been dead a while, because I would do a healing thing immediately, but if it looks like they've been dead a while.
They are cold at this point.
like starting to like breathe like all jagged, like I'm gonna have a panic attack or something.
Yeah. I will grip your shoulder, but for like a second, and then I will like yell. I'll like leave for a second to yell down the hallway, like, Winifred, Davril, I need you right now.
Is Dev awake or is Winnie waking him? How's that going?
You do hear that now as you wake up to the screaming.
I think it takes a moment of like him poofing away Micah and then bringing him to himself and then like holding him and like knowing he's real.
I think this whole time I'm like grabbing like whoever's closest of the two by the shoulders and just being like, no, come back. Like I didn't mean to do it, you know.
Mm-hmm. When he does come into the room.
Yeah.
What's going
And
on?
Davril. They're dead.
I'm like going around to the other side of the bed doing the same thing, you know.
Yeah.
Just...
Did they get
Can
attacked?
What?
Did they get attacked?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. I'm like, we need to look. And like, I'm like, kind of holding like Euphemia's shoulders a little bit, but like, I feel like she's probably gonna be freaking out for a second.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And if there's any clues, just in case, yeah. So I would just see if there's anything to tell about like how they died or anything.
I was gonna ask, do we have any self-awareness of the psychic damage? Like, is there like blood? Is there like a headache?
It's probably just a headache at this point, but
I mean, like, would it be enough to know, oh wow, if it did this to us, this could kill someone else?
Yeah, that's actually what I was wondering.
Like, is there a mental...
It potentially could be just like enough shock to your system that
Yeah.
it's very much so as you investigate the bodies too. They look like there's nothing on them that would cause, like, they look like they just died in their sleep.
It looked like they died in their sleep, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no visible signs of why they would have passed on.
Point out. Well, it's not going to cast magic. It's going to stand where Euphemia can't see him, and he looks at Eleonora. Just goes, nightmare.
Yeah, she just nods.
And just nods back, like...
Yeah, she's like, she looks so disheveled, like she's like just like damp
We
with
just
sweat.
shot out
Like
of
she
bed,
looks
yeah.
so bad. Yeah, like did not do
Really?
anything.
She didn't have time to,
Yeah. Yeah. So what is Euphemia doing? Is she still like freaking out over him?
I think
Like,
she's I think she also like had been checking them to like just almost on autopilot, like somebody's dead, like how sort of situation. But if she doesn't come up with anything, she's thought the same thing. Like it's kind of putting all the dots together. And then just kind of looks up at all of you like, I don't know what to do. Why? This isn't... They didn't do anything wrong.
Wasn't you. It's whatever was affecting
We
those
know
dreams.
who did this. We know. And it wasn't you.
If I wasn't here, they would still be alive.
Stop it. That's not how that works.
Davril, turn around. Let me see your back.
I just look back a little.
Like you're telling me to take my shirt off, Eleanor?
For what?
Yeah, like, why me?
Yeah, is there a difference in the marking at all?
It's just a circle.
Okay,
You good?
no change.
Winnie, why don't you take Euphemia and start some tea? We'll go get someone from town. since they died in their sleep. There's no good to try and explain this right now until we figure out how to get to these hags. Stop this.
I think they might know we're here.
What do you mean specifically?
I dreamed about the house.
I mean, it seems like we got the mark in this world, right?
Between we're here.
Maybe they have more influence. I don't know.
This whole thing could be manufactured by them. We don't know.
It could.
We don't know any of this. But
So,
I have noticed at least with the dreams that I have been getting, they are tailored specifically for me.
why don't we
And-
move this to the front room? Dad's gonna go up and cover.
I feel like I'm just staring at them, at the two in the bed. Like, what else is going on? Just absolutely dismayed.
I'm gonna look around the room again for any sign of anything. Just to see.
Sure. Are you looking for anything in specific?
Any sign of anyone being there aside from them, I guess, or even like was someone looking in the window, was
Sure.
You
Give
know,
me either a
anything like
perception
that.
or investigation for that.
I'm gonna try and put an arm around Euphemia and kind of like help guide her a little bit, and just
I think Winnie would help to try to help guide her out of the room too.
if
Yeah,
you're gonna let us,
I
I don't
won't.
know.
Yeah, I won't. I'm kind of just letting you pilot. Like, fight it.
So I was gonna say I'll cover them with the sheet, but then I'll help you as well.
me.
Look around. Yeah.
Okay. Should I roll an advantage then? Or are you rolling?
Flat roll. You mean?
It's a flat
It's
roll.
disadvantage.
Never mind. I rolled a 3. No matter what then. Unless, let's see if I get worse. No, I didn't. So.
Okay. I mean, you were never even in
was-
this room. It's hard to tell what is there, lived in stuff, but you don't notice anything obvious of like break-ins or anything like that.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast or no ritually spell since I don't have it. Detect magic.
Gonna cast that? Okay.
Yeah, ritually. Yeah.
Heads up, you do feel a very heavy static electricity on the back of your neck at this point, but
I'll move away from the bodies when I do it.
okay.
That's a good call. Very good call. Uh-oh.
You do
Move out
get
into
a,
the hallway even. I'll kind of push you
Yeah.
out further.
True.
you do get a
I
mishap.
got time.
The spell does work, but you get a mishap.
Go blind. I don't know. Can't use detect magic. Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, that's awful close.
As you do that, you feel yourself gain 15 hit points.
Oh.
Oh.
Well,
Well,
very nice.
The headache goes
Could've been
away.
Thanks, mishaps.
As mishaps go, that's my favorite.
that was a good one.
Yeah, and then I'll walk around and see, is there any sort of artifacts, any magic in here, anything that might have been cursed or anything, or pinging?
As you wander around, the first thing that pings is in the closet. There's nothing really else as you look around, but there's something in the closet that pings.
Eleanor,
You see something?
point to the closet. just gonna, just in case. I don't know. I'm really on edge right now.
I pull it open.
My back. I say have my back, but sure.
Oh.
Eleanor opens the door, and Dav, you see the ping up on a shelf at the top of the closet.
What is it?
It's a box. It's there.
Grab the box. Bring it down to like a nightstand or something. Is it okay? Let me ask this real quick before I touch it, because I was gonna do main chant. But is it the box that's pinging, or something inside the box that's pinging?
Something inside the box.
Okay, yeah. We'll grab the box, bring it down.
Okay.
See if there's any like arcane sigils on the lock or anything like that to open it.
Evocation too that you'd be feeling as well.
I always forget what these are. Okay.
Double check. Yeah, it's evocation.
Hmm.
In the box. It's inside of it.
Again, let's look at this outside and maybe the other room.
What do you think it is? What does it say?
Something evocation.
I mean, it might just be a trinket of theirs.
Could, but
But yes, let's take it out.
go into like the room they were sleeping in and just kind of open it.
Okay. So you head over to the guest room and open it up.
We're gonna try not to harden the bodies to make it look like we did something to them.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Very careful about that.
As you open it up with Eleonora there, immediately, Eleonora, you recognize these as they're all little small orbs of Fusor
Oh.
that you would know there's like a little like rune on it that you can tap, and it lights up if you tap it.
So there's like multiples of them?
Yep, it's like a set of 12.
Oh. What would they be used for typically?
Like-
That I would know.
like light
I saw
bulbs.
for them.
Basically.
Oh, they're like light bulbs. All right. Yeah, I'll just be like, oh, it's just Fusor.
That's Feezer?
Yes, it's enchanted to light rooms and things like that.
It's like boop, boop.
Yep, and boop, glows up.
That's cool. Boop, boop.
There's a mishap though that happens as you push that.
Oh jeez.
Whoopsie.
Cast a spell.
It is magic, I just said it.
I didn't know this. That's right.
That's because he don't like as like he's about to give it a shoelace.
Uh-oh.
I don't like these mishaps anymore. Items? Woof.
Yeah, that's been a big hit on their business.
That's true. That makes so much
Mhm.
sense. Ouch. Devin has touched everything.
Boop, boop.
Okay,
That's
give me
cool.
one moment. I have to look up something, and I will send you a message,
Oh.
Mike.
So glad we're in another room right now because I don't know what this is.
Let me double check this.
Oh, buddy. Mark has to look something up.
I know.
Terrifying.
Let me send you something here, Mike.
Yeah, I love when you send me whispers, Mark.
Perfect. It's great.
Actually, I really do. There's fun.
Mikey,
I was like, oh, that sounded too sarcastic.
I'm not mad at you.
I want it. I like it. Just don't mess with me too much. I have disadvantage.
All right.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
So, all right, we're done. That could trigger a mishap.
Wait,
You realize
why?
because Fusor was enchanted with magic. Magic items trigger mishaps all the time. That's why it's probably in their closet. Is because it's too dangerous to use, or some people deem it to be so. We still used ours, but
Yeah, I already know the answer, but like I can't take one of these, right? Like that's totally bad. It just feels like a souvenir. It'd be like a criminal or whatever.
No, Davril, do not take that. What are you doing? I take the box from him and I shut the lid.
Speaking of which, why are colds bad criminals? Because they're easy to catch. I was just okay.
Oh dear, Davril, I felt Mishap go off. What is wrong with you right now?
Well, the fuser just sounds really cool.
Do I notice anything about him that might tip
can
me off?
roll an
I
insight roll.
Yeah, I can always. All right, sounds good. Man, my rolls are so bad.
no.
9.
Emotions
are weird right now. Like there could be a lot of things going on. So
Here, I'll put it back. I'm not a criminal because I don't got a cold, right?
I'll put it back, and I take it and I put it back myself.
Guess you're not easy to catch.
But then
like a cold and the criminal.
I don't even get the joke. Devil, whatever is into you right now, do not do a joke with Euphemia when we go downstairs.
No, of course not. That's messed up. I would never. You gotta be respectful of what happened here. It's awful.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just saying, but later, like, let her know if things I'd really like one as a super. Maybe we could pick one up, but they're expensive. I don't know. No, it's fine. Focus. Sorry. So, anything else in the room, DM?
No, those are the only magic that you're getting ping from.
Cool.
She's so like tired and like that dream was just awful than this, so she's mostly like when he's doing that, she's just staring at him like too tired to deal with it. She's like, all right, Deborah, let's go downstairs.
Yeah, we should get like a fire going because you know what they say about colds. Make you a bad criminal.
You know what, on second thought, maybe we should stand here for a minute or two and see if this fades off.
Because it's like easy to catch, like a cold, you know?
Yes, Deborah, get it all out of your system. I stay with him, I make him stay upstairs for like 2 minutes and see if that fades, but I don't know if it does it? Whatever it is that's happening.
Eleanor, you're being crazy. Do
not say I'm being crazy. That's not a term I enjoy.
I'm sorry. You're... My bad. You're overreacting. There's nothing going on.
No, I don't enjoy that either, but,
What do you want me to say? I'm just saying, we can go down there. It's fine. I'm sure they're wondering about what's happening. We can't find anything else.
Alright, if I point upstairs, you go upstairs and you stand there, alright?
Not a kid, but yeah, alright. And I told her the cold one. You know, like why, colds are criminals. You've heard that one, right?
I go downstairs and almost like, you know how like when you control, if you're like it's walking in front of someone in like a hallway or a stairway, you can like control how far they move into the room. Like she's definitely doing that. It's like, see how things are, see if he blurts something out.
Oh my
I don't know, what are you doing?
How do they look downstairs before?
I am sitting at the table probably with Winnie with tea, but I'm not drinking it. I'm just staring out.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would have made tea.
And
got that going. Just like waiting anxiously for you guys to come back down.
Sure. Okay. Euphemia, and I take your hand like very gently. Euphemia, do you know who leads this place that we could talk to? That I could go to right now?
Yeah, we don't want to be considered criminals,
Would I know there's like someone like city council or something here, or?
There's likely a mayor here.
Okay. There's a mayor? I don't. I usually would call the doctor if something happened like this. I don't.
All right. We'll go get him. Do you know where they live?
Or like where their office would be, maybe, at least.
You could point her in the right direction
Okay.
to start looking.
Yeah.
By the way, we didn't find anything else except some Feezer stones.
Yes, we didn't find anything that we could see, at least.
Well, we know we're not gonna be able to see it.
We're at the shop.
It's always good to check.
I don't want to stay here too long in Edgeford. I don't want anything else to happen.
Euphemia, you must not lose your nerve now.
We don't have to sleep near anybody, but
We don't have to sleep near anybody. It happens when we sleep. Stay at your father's house or something. We'll camp somewhere.
Okay. But then we leave, and then we don't come back until it's fixed.
If that's necessary. I don't know.
unless here's where you have to fix it. But we'll get to that bridge when we cross it.
Being in ignorance is what's going to keep this going. We have to move forward.
Yeah.
I know that sounds cold.
Like a bad criminal. Or like hard to catch. Get it like a gold. Sorry, not the bad time.
She just
Sorry.
whispers Davril like.
I know.
Exasperated.
It's a mishap, I think.
Sorry. It's a good one though. It's a real good one.
What is this? Oh my gosh.
Maybe I shouldn't go with you.
Oh, all right.
Actually, maybe you want me to go. I don't know. I don't even know anymore.
Woody will volunteer to go with Eleonora to get the mayor.
Sure, she can go, yeah.
That works. That works.
And the two of you can wait here at the house for
Okay.
their return.
I like though, like before I leave, I just kind of like take Euphemia's shoulders and I'll just say, we won't be careless again. Right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We need to finish what we
Yes.
came to get.
And I like give you like a little mom kiss on the forehead and then I leave.
Oh.
I'm just confused. It looks like you feel me like, okay, is that all right? I don't know. Maybe that was a mishap.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, this has been a really like sad episode because we're just like dying at like everything.
I know. I can't. I'm losing it.
So, as Eleonora and Winnie head off, and Euphemia and Dav wait at the house, I think that's where we'll end tonight. And
Sure.
we'll pick up with Kelly back with us next time.
She gets to hear my bad jokes.
Yes.
So, thanks for joining us, everybody. Just a reminder, next week we will be live at 2 p.m. because there is a football game going on in the evening. So we'll be accommodating that scheduling, because otherwise we'd like going right through it, and we don't want to mess with that. So 2 p.m. until about 5 p.m. CST, so that anybody who wants to watch said football game may do that. And Mike, you still good for what we discussed? We'll also be in the Discord later that night too, if you guys want to watch it with us in the Discord with us that evening. So
That'll be fun. It's a tradition at this point.
you can come hang out with us,
It is.
There you go.
and
Yeah.
we can talk about things, favorite commercials, and so on and so forth.
It's usually what happens. If you're not a sports ball person, you watch it for the commercials. If you are,
Basically.
you are.
And you probably will get drowned out in your talking by people who aren't paying attention to the football game.
But we're going to raid somebody after I sign off on the recording, so stick around for that. But we'll stop the recording here. Thank you so much for watching. Really love and appreciate y'all. I know this was a woofda session. I really felt that in my soul, like the darkness burning within me. So thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking through that. We will hopefully see you next week. Goodbye.